Hello Team MV, and welcome to the very first edition of MVTV, your new source of information for all things MV transportation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Winston Hicks, and among other things, I'm the chairman of the company's board of directors. I have the distinct pleasure today of introducing you to one of the newest members of the MV family, our new Chief Executive Officer, Kevin M. Jones. Kevin, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you, Lisa, and hello, Team MV. I'm excited to be here. I'm honored and humbled to be the Chief Executive Officer of this amazing team here at MV Transportation.
Well, we're really happy to have you. I'm going to today ask you a few questions. I'm sort of known for asking hard questions, and I'm not going to do that to you today.
Right. Okay.
But I would like to ask you a few questions that will help the MV team get to know you a little bit better personally and professionally. And I know that they're anxious to hear what your plans are for the company going forward. So with that, shall we get started?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, fantastic. So for starters, you've been here less than a week, and I know you've been incredibly busy. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to?
Well, thanks for asking, Lisa. It has been a very, very busy 4 days. You know, I've spent my first couple of days here at our Dallas headquarters office talking to our team members, talking to our leadership team, and getting ideas for how we could move MV forward, and that was great. And on Wednesday, I flew to El Paso, Texas. And as you know, our El Paso division has one of the best safety records in the company. So I wanted to learn from them, figure out what they're doing right, and it was a great visit. Our leadership team there is fantastic. Met with our safety, our maintenance, our driver team members. They were great. And also had a chance to meet with our customer. And our customer in El Paso is thrilled with our service. We're doing a great job there. So it was a fantastic day.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you got a chance to get to know some of the team. So for the team that's out there, tell us a little bit about your personal background.
So I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up out of a town just outside of Richmond, Virginia. And it was interesting, in our backyard we had railroad tracks. That was the home that I lived in. So, you know, pretty modest beginnings, and it's very ironic now I'm at a transportation company. When I was growing up, I didn't really appreciate transportation very much, with the train going back and forth and waking us up. So, that's kind of an interesting turn of events. But, you know, humble beginnings. I had my first job when I was 13 years old. It was as a butcher's assistant. That was my job. Eventually worked my way up to cleaning bathrooms and cleaning floors at a local supermarket. Got promoted to bag boy, and that was, you know, a big deal for me. And then really had that job throughout high school. And during the summers, I added a second job, and that was working construction. We built houses and we did commercial construction on buildings in Richmond, Virginia. So, you know, that's kind of my background. Definitely taught me the value of hard work.
So how, if at all, did those childhood experiences influence the way you approach your professional career now?
So, you know, I've always held to the belief that with hard work, anything is possible. And for me, hard work was really the only path that I had to a better life. So I really, you know, valued hard work. And when I started my career with electronic data systems, actually right here in Dallas in the 1980s, I felt that I was just going to work as hard as I could and that good things would happen. So I started out in finance. I started out in the financial area, but really quickly moved to operations. I really liked operations. I liked dealing with our customers, and I liked you know, the nature of building things. So I worked in call centers, I worked in mail rooms, I worked in claims processing units and check processing units. And, you know, my philosophy during my career, particularly the early part of my career, was I was going to work as much as I can, as long as I had enough time to sleep. You know, if I could just have a few hours to sleep, I would literally work the rest of the time. And I basically did 2 jobs throughout the first 15 years of my career. So everywhere I went, if somebody left the organization, I would ask my supervisor, could I do that person's work as well as my own work? And unsurprisingly, my supervisor always agreed. Right. They always thought that was a great idea. So did 2 jobs. Sometimes the 2 jobs were in the same building. Sometimes they were different parts of the country. Did that for 15 years and eventually accepted more and more responsibility. I ran some pretty big organizations in the United States, was in the UK for 6 years, eventually ran all of our business in Asia Pacific and Japan, living in Singapore, and then been back in the US now for about 6 years. And the last job that I had an organization in Latin America, the U.S., and Canada of about 66,000 people. So that's my story.
Well, it's impressive. I'm going to ask a question that I think a lot of people may be wondering about, and that is, are there parallels between the IT services business that you left and MV Transportation?
Absolutely. I think there are big similarities. You know, the IT services business, like MV, it's a services business, right? It's all about our people and how our people interact with our customers. And you know, even though the the types of services are a little bit different, the outcomes are exactly the same. It's about customer satisfaction, it's about on-time delivery, it's about meeting our commitments, and it's about innovation. And I've got a lot of background in all of those things. And also mention that I love services businesses. I think they're the best. You know, here at MV, we don't make products. You know, we don't make iPhones or potato chips or cars, right? It's all about our people and the quality of the service that we deliver to our customers every day. And to me, that's really the best type of business.
I agree. So I know firsthand that the MV board did an exhaustive search looking for you. It was really important to the board that we find an experienced leader with finance background, operations background, who could help us in the path towards growth and innovation, as well as helping us to meet the commitments we have to our clients and our passengers and employees. Also important that we have someone who could implement and execute on a plan, and not the least of which, someone who we'd like working with and who could collaborate with the team. And you really seem to check all boxes. So I know why we chose you. Curious about why you chose MV.
Well, first of all, thank you for choosing me, and I am really excited to be here. You know, when I first started researching MV, I was just blown away. I mean, I was blown away with how the company started, with Alex and Faison Ladi starting the company in 1975, you know, really aimed at helping the more disadvantaged and vulnerable people in our society. And that, to me, was very inspirational. And how they and the team here have grown the business since then is phenomenal. I mean, it's one of the greatest American success stories in business. And also the transportation industry is really exciting. I mean, it's a hot industry. It attracts a lot of investment. It's changing quickly. And I found that, you know, really, really attractive as well. So I'm thrilled to be here.
And what do you see as your major focus areas?
So, Lisa, I have set 3 focus areas for the company, and they're in the 3 areas of people, customers, and business. And if you think about those 3 areas as 3 legs of a stool, it's important we keep them all in balance, right? It's important that we spend equal time on our people, our customers, and our business. Otherwise, the stool gets out of balance. So, in the area of people, our number 1 priority is safety. You know, ensuring the safety and protecting our people and our customers is absolutely paramount. That's our number 1 priority. And then training is the other part of what we want to get done with our people. Certainly safety training, but other development as well. I want to invest more in MV University. I want to give folks more opportunity to grow, to be trained, to develop, so they can be promoted like we've been able and fortunate to be over the years. Secondly, around customers, number 1 is growth. You know, we actually are growing here at MV, and we've got a very good growth rate, but I want to grow faster. You know, how can we grow faster? And that allows us to provide more opportunities for our people and our customers. And then also related to our customers is innovation. It's absolutely critical that we innovate and that we innovate quickly. You know, this industry is changing very, very rapidly, so we have to do more with Lyft, we have to do more with Uber, autonomous driving, the blended model, you know, entering into all of those types of areas are going to be really, really important for us. And then finally, business. So when it comes to our business, and our goal is to improve our financial performance. And you know, I would say our financial performance has been okay. You know, it's been a bit mixed. So we want to be much more consistent there, and we want to improve our level of financial performance. Now, the good news here is I have a financial background, right? And I've spent most of my career helping organizations turn around their financial performance. So I've got a lot of experience here, and I look forward to working with the MV team to do that.
Great. So in that vein, what can the MV team expect from you as the Chief Executive Officer? What's your leadership style and approach?
My leadership style. So, you know, first of all, I would, you know, say I'm an enthusiastic and optimistic person, right? It comes from my upbringing, and it's just who I am, right? So I'll always be the person in the conference room when we're debating something to say, look, we can do this, right? You know, we can absolutely make this happen. So, that's really the first part. The second part is I'm detail oriented. So it comes from my operational background and my financial background. To me, details matter. So I do not fly at 100,000 feet. I value details. I think that's what makes operations run, and I value that in my leadership team and our team members. Details matter. And then I would say organizational health, having a good collaborative team that works together, that gets along, and that has each other's back is important. Ethics are non-negotiable, so making sure our team members follow laws and follow our rules and policies and procedures, and that we win the right way is critical. And then finally, having fun, right? I love to laugh, I love to have fun, not take things too seriously. And we spend so much time with each other, we should have fun, right?
Yes, I agree with that too. So this may not be a fair question since you're in your first week at MV, but how do you plan to spend your first 100 days?
So I really want to spend my first 100 days getting as many ideas as possible. That's what I want. I want to talk to customers, to partners, all of our team members in the divisions in particular, of course, in our corporate headquarters here in Dallas, get as many ideas as possible, because I actually think we have the ideas. And we just need to prioritize them and execute. And I think we can take this company a really, really long way.
So is there anything else you'd like to share with the MV team before we wrap up?
So, I would say please reach out to me. I'm absolutely open. Email, text, phone call, anything that you want to, so you can give me those great ideas. And the other thing we haven't talked about is I live here in Dallas. I live 5 miles from this office here.
Okay, yes, we're broadcasting from the new MV headquarters.
Yeah, here we are. And I'm married. I've got a wife. Her name's Kathy. She's great. 22 years married.
Well, that's impressive too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And our older son is named Matt. He's 17 years old. Our younger son is Brian. He's 15 years old. So I have teenage boys, which makes it very exciting as well. So here in Dallas, if you're ever here in Dallas, please stop by and say hello. We'd love to see you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. And Team MV, thank you for all you do every day to help us meet all of our commitments to our clients and passengers and to each other. And so with that, I think we should close, and we probably should remind everybody that we provide freedom.